Skip, I think the thing is for me is that when I look at this series, Book and KD, they're going to do what they do. They need that third guy. Landry Shamet gave them that in Game 4. He gave 19 points. He has, 4 threes in the fourth quarter? And really, that was the difference in the ball game, Skip. I'm not so sure if he doesn't have the type of fourth quarter that he has. I'm not so sure that the Nuggets don't overcome, even though Book and KD had played excellent. Now, KD hasn't shot the ball well
he has not.
in this series.
Nope.
His numbers are impressive, but there's a lot of 11 of 29. There's some 9s of 24. There's some 12s of 30s in there, Skip.
Yeah.
So he's not his efficient self. Devin Booker had an off-shooting night by him, given how red hot, but I didn't expect him to keep shooting 70, 80% with the array of shots that he's taking, Skip.
Yep.
Monty Williams has a dilemma here. Ayton is 7 foot tall. He gives you 14 and 7, Skip, but he's a minus 21 against Yoke on the other night.
Yeah, and I don't think Monty's a big fan of his.
He's not.
Yeah,
right. I can see a scenario where DeAndre Ayton is not on this team next year.
I agree.
I don't think I'm the only one that sees that. But I'm gonna say Book and KD. I'm gonna say they combine for more than 54, which is a low in which they combine for, and they do a better job. KD has really been turning the ball over, Skip, because they're putting him in situations where they're asking him to be a facilitator because they bring that double team, and he has to. And some of it's just careless, Skip. He's trying to make a move, and the ball gets away from his body, and he turns it over. I'm going to say the Suns won a very, very close ball game.
Okay.
But I'm only 48% confident that they're going to win this game.
Okay. You do love you some Joker.
Yeah, man. Because
And is he going to get his?
Yes.
Okay.
But you better hope Murray don't get his along with Bruce Brown because the two guys, Bruce Brown had 25 off the bench. Game 2, he had 11. KCP had 10 with 4 made threes.
Yep.
So who's going to be their third option? And then who's going to be the Suns' third option?
Yep. I got it. Okay. One quick point of order before I launch on this. Did you say Ayton is out?
He's questionable.
Oh, he's just questionable, but he's not ruled out.
No, Chris Paul is out. DeAndre Ayton is questionable.
Yeah, but he got kicked in the chest, I think. I assume he's going to play, but whatever.
Well, hopefully it started his heart beating back.
It's a good point. I will take that. I'm still picking the Suns to win this series.
Really?
I am. That means they better win tonight, or I'm wrong. I need them to obviously get back to a Game 7 in Denver because, as I reported and I told you from the start of this week, Chris Paul has targeted a Game 7 return in Denver. Not tonight, but Game 7. His protocol, his program, had him ready to go with some confidence
or
for
attempting
Game 7. And it could be, because he is wound so tightly that all the little sashaying he's doing on the court before the game, it ain't the same.
Yeah, it's not.
Yet, I'm going to say it one more time. This series turned on its head in Game 2 at Denver when the visiting team, the Phoenix Suns, were up 3 points late in the third quarter. In the time Chris had been on the floor, Chris Paul was plus 19 in that game. And there went the groin, and there went the series for the time being. They fell apart. They miss his orchestration. They miss his presence. They miss his mental toughness. They miss his edge. He's just got some edge to him.
Right.
And they've missed it at Denver, where they got bullied by Denver the other day. And I thought they even got bullied in that little scrum. They had that little dust up over on the sideline when Monty tried to step on the floor as Booker was shooting the technical foul.
Right.
And the Nuggets are like, you can't do that. It's unwritten rule. We're going to jump in. We're going to listen to what your coach has to say to you. And obviously, KD shoved Joker, and here we went. The point is, speaking of KD, Shannon Sharpe, it's time. This is it. It's now. If you went to help Chris Paul win a ring, you need to rise above this game. You need to be what you are, which is the best player on the floor. I believe he can be better than Joker on any given night, but he's got to show it and prove it and be unstoppable. And he has been extremely stoppable in this series. They have intimidated him. They have bullied him, just the way Boston did to a much deeper effect in the sweep of Brooklyn last year in the first round. to your point, if you just look at KD's numbers through the first 5 games, they look pretty great. 31, 11, and 5. Okay, I can live with that, but I can't live with 22.2% from 3 because it ain't him.
He's shooting in the 40s from the floor.
Yeah, he's 46%. He's 55. 50. You know, he's Devin Booker is attempting high degree of difficult shots in this series. He's shooting 60% from the floor. He's shooting, Book is 57% from 3 in the 5 games. 57%.
It's crazy.
Okay, it's crazy, but he's been crazy great.
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to take one or the other. I think it's a KD night. KD has to rise up and say, you know who I am? You remember me? Okay, this has to be a remember me night because Shannon, he's turned over the ball at this precarious, dangerous, crazy rate where in game 1 of this series he had 7, and in the last 2 games he had 5 and 5. It won't work.
No.
The other team's too good. It's too loaded. It's too deep. It's got too many shooters and scorers. It's got 2 great scorers. And if you waste 5 possessions tonight, they're going to beat you.
Right.
You're going to have to play a near perfect game at home. And they played great at home in those 2, in 3 and 4.
Yes.
And so it's going to have to be one of those. Can Book's got a will to him. He's got that dog in him where he just says, no, not in my house. I'm not going to allow this. But I think it's going to have to be more of Kevin's night.
Well, I think the thing is, Skip, is that the question is, what if Book isn't 60% from the floor? What if he isn't 57% from 3? Then you're gonna be in a heap of trouble, Skip. And that's what. And think about what it's taking you. And it's not like you've blown the Nuggets out. Even when they go for 81, Skip, you're only winning by 3-4 points. Great. Even when they go for like 70. So it's not like you would think those 2 guys go get 80 between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
You think it's, Skip, oh, that's a 10, 15-point game.
Okay.
It's not.
Game 4 in Phoenix. Out of nowhere, Landry Shamet. He makes 4 threes in the fourth quarter alone.
Yep.
Okay, well that's Lonnie Walker territory, right?
Yes.
That's
right.
That's hard to beat. I believe Terrence Ross could duplicate that effort. I believe that Warren can come off the bench as a natural.
I don't know why you love Warren. He ain't been good since the bubble.
All right, but he made a couple of big free throws down the stretch of game. Is it 3 or 4? 4 of game 4. In the bubble, he was great, but that was a long time ago.
It was long. I'm glad you realized that.
No, I got it. Campaign, he can get hot-handed. He's got that funky left-handed shot, but he needs to make a couple of threes. And maybe they try Biyombo banging with Joker a little bit more just to bother him and maybe knock him.
I think, as you mentioned yesterday, they don't like his offense because they know he's not looking for a shot. So the double's going to come to him and plus foul him. He's not a good free throw shooter either. So
okay,
you really chance it?
Maybe you can just bang with Joker because what's happening is, as you say, Ayton's a little light in the back pocket.
Yeah.
And so Jokic is just backing him down, and I've never seen a human pump fake as much as Joker does. He just like pumping, until he just kind of wears you out. And you finally, you just tap out. You're like, okay, go ahead and shoot it. Okay, I got you. And then he goes up and under, and he launches it up like 19 feet in the air, and it switches, right?
It does.
Okay.
Skip, the Suns have been outscored by 27 points when Ayton's on the court. Skip, that's not an accident. Skip, that's 5 games.
Yeah, his numbers will look okay, but the 14, impact is not.
He has 14 and 7. I mean, it's just like clock where you can set your clock back. Man, I wonder what DA's numbers are. 14-7, 14-7, 13-8, 14-7, 15-7.
Okay, and if you hit him at the free throw line, and he turns and is wide open and can take one dribble on Joker and shoot like a 12-foot jump shot, he seems to make a lot of those, to me.
Yes.
He's pretty good. He's got nice touch. But it'll add up to 14 points, and it won't have much impact on the scoreboard.
Right.
And he doesn't seem to have the kind of motor where you can – I never see a motor.
Right.
I don't see that kind of blinding energy from him where he just comes out and takes the game over.
Yeah, probably. You probably got that indication where Devin Booker's asking him, does he want to win?
Yeah. I
mean, you in the ball game, Skip, and I got to ask you, do you want to win? I mean, what the hell? We here. We playing a game. We're in the playoffs. And I got to ask you.
I'm with you. That was significant to me. Whew. Okay. Can Phoenix win tonight? Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Could Chris Paul sort of stabilize them at Denver? It's going to be hard because that team plays at home as well as any team in the league plays at home. They are hard to deal with. But that's what I got.
And that big guy, he
Yep. Doesn't play much defense.
don't do that, Skip. He should have been the real MVP.
No. Don't you do
Yeah,
that.
he should have been a real. Hey, I ain't have no vote, but I'm just saying.
Over that Loch Ness monster in Philadelphia?
We'd have caught him.
Huh?
We'd have exposed him. We'd have let him know it ain't for real, just like that other one out there. He ain't real, y'all.
Really?
Yeah, he ain't real, y'all.
Well,
Now we'd go against Joke.
Well, he was real when they went head-to-head. And
Man, whatever.
it was 48-24. That's all I got for you.
All right. There's a chance, there's a chance they might meet again. And that's what Yoke told him, until we meet again. You know what the story is?
That would be something.
Oh, boy.
I'd be on the edge of my seat for that.
Yeah.
That would be must-see TV. I could deal with that.
It'd be a good fight, that's for sure. Guys, at least yesterday, Monty sounded optimistic that Ayton would go today. We're, of course, waiting the final word. This series, though, his actual numbers, he's only averaging 10.8 points per game and 8 rebounds per game.
Really,
Not a huge
Skip?
contribution at all.
10 points.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.